Hello there, this is Louise from Louise's Lifestyle. Welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, I like to do videos on plant care. I also do fruit carving and I do the odd recipe, Asian street food. But today we're doing some chili seeds planting or sowing. So I've got all my things here ready, set up. I've already planted some chili seeds a couple of months ago and they germinated, and I've got Carolina Reapers and I've got some Naga chilies there which I'm going to be repotting. And today I've got an assortment of chilies that I want to show you. I love chilies. I've been growing them, I think seriously growing different varieties starting back in 2012, but my first chili plant I actually grew was back in 1979, which was around a wild chili that I got from Bangladesh. I think it might have been a teepin type of chili. I've yet to find that particular type of chili now coming from Bangladesh. It's not readily available. But yeah, I had a bit of an obsession with chilies. You might see I've got one of my chili earrings in. Can't find the other one. Got my chili necklace on. And a few years ago I had a sari made up that was designed with chilies on. I had it commissioned for me. There's my little chili sari that I wore. I wore it to a festival that I was selling chili plants and I had that on. So that's my obsession. Today I'm not doing that many varieties. At one stage I was growing 20 different varieties of chilies. I've scaled it down a lot now, so today I'm going to show you what I will be growing this season. So to start with, I've got this is a chili called rocket chili. It's from India. It's a nice length to it, a nice size, and it's got good heat as well. It won't blow your head off. You can use this in your curries or salads, anything really, you know, that you like your chilies in. So I'll be sowing these seeds. I've let it dry out and I'll extract the seeds and I'll show you how I plant them up. I've got some dried lemon drop chilies. That's a small one. I've already extracted seeds from one of these already. I grow these every year. They're a nice citrusy fragrance to them. They're quite hot as well. They're hotter than your average, they're hotter than these, but not as hot as say a Naga chili would be. So that's a nice citrusy flavoured hot chili, and pleasing to look at. I've also got these little, where are they now? My daughter bought me a Thai dragon chili plant, and these are the tiny little chilies and they're quite hot, quite fiery. So I'm going to extract the seeds from them and be planting those. I've also got some older seeds. Now those seeds there that I've just shown you, the chilies, are from this year. Well, when I say this year, sort of from the last few months in 2020. So these are fresh. Whereas I have got in my seed tin here, I have lots of different seeds. I've got another seed. It's an old baby sterilising unit I've had since 1989, and it's very good at keeping your seeds fresh. You know, you need to keep your seeds in a dry, fairly airtight place where there's no moisture, otherwise you're going to end up with mouldy, rotten seeds. So a lot of the seeds that I'm going to show you now are not new, they're a few years old. So I've got some, these are Burmese Naga. I got those off a chap called Gary Anson, who is also, well, I won't say fanatical, he's a chili grower, grows on a mass scale, and he very kindly gave me some of these chilies, and that was a few years ago, I might add. I've got these chilies from Budapest, and I know they're from Budapest because my daughter's friend, his parents are both musicians, and they toured Budapest, and the dad came back with some chilies from Budapest, and very kindly I got given some because he knew that I was a chili fanatic. So these Budapest chilies, are going to be growing those as well. And oh, I've got some more lemon drop chilies from 2018. So I'm going to be trying those. They may not work, you know, because eventually they lose viability, you know, the seeds. I'm not 100% sure that these butts are going to work. They look a little bit dark in colour, so they might have deteriorated, but you know, I'll try them anyway. And I've got some more, I've got a tissue in there just to absorb any moisture, and those are lots of Naga chilies. I'm actually going to be sending some Naga chilies to my husband's auntie. She lives in Sweden, and she loves growing Naga chilies, and she just sent me a message to ask, you know, if I could send her some, so I'll be sending her some of these. I'm also going to be planting, oh, I'm not sure what these are. I'll leave those because I don't know, there's no label in them, so I've got plenty of chili seeds. I don't need to add mystery ones to there. I've also got lots and lots of okra seeds. There's a few hundred in there. So I will be planting those on another video. I'm just doing the chilies today. I've also got some red pomelo, and I will be planting these, but I'm going to soak them first. These are from 2018, so may not be viable at all. You know, I have kept them airtight in a sort of container so that they didn't dry out too much, but let's see. I'm not going to be planting these today though, so it's just the chilies that I'm going to be doing. I've also got some chili, not some chilies, I've got some seeds hopefully coming in the post maybe next week, and I might do that chili plant, not chili planting, I'm obsessed with chili, just do some seed planting and have these on that video as well. So I'll just show you some of the tools actually I'm going to be using. Have a little look at my tool set there. My son got this for my birthday. You can see there's a little spade, little rake, another sort of pointed shovel tool. I've got a little scoop there, and I've got a little dibber. And the dibber's for making holes for your planting. Also got like tweezers in here, and a little brush, oopsie daisy, little brush to brush off any green fly or for pollination, you know, dual purpose. I've also got another thinner brush there as well. And what I'm using is, I've got some coir compost. Haven't got any potting soil in at the moment. In the UK we're on tier 4 lockdown, which means you're only allowed to go out really if you're doing your essential food shop or going to the doctors or chemists, etc. You're allowed to go out for a walk that's near to your home, so it's not really essential to go out shopping for packets of compost or bags of compost. So I already have the coir brick, which I think I mentioned in another video. You can order them, they'll be delivered to your house, small brick about so big, and you just break it up and add water, and this is what you get. You get this nice crumbly coir compost, and it's ideal for seedlings. It's nice and, you know, sort of fine. If I was using it to repot say larger plants, then I would be adding some vermicompost, but I'm not going to add anything to this today. It's just purely to get these seeds germinated, so I don't need to feed them at this stage. Once they've germinated, I can add, you know, fertilizer to that then. So that's what I'm using, and I've got my little plastic cups here, and I've got my labels. Got my labels ready, so I'm just going to be using those to stick on so I know what I'm doing. So the first ones I will do are the lemon drops. So I'm just going to put my label ready and put it on the on this cup. Ready. Got my little scoop. Nice size this, so you know it's, I don't have to get my hands dirty. I don't like wearing gloves. I'm sort of always have dirty fingernails because I'm always in there with the compost, but this little scoop is quite handy. So I'm just going to take a little bit out there. Right, so I'm going to do a mixture of, some of these seeds are fresh, and I think I will do 2 lots of these. I'm going to do, these are the fresh ones, and then I've got the older lemon drop chili seeds. I will sow them separately. So in these go. I'm not going to do individual pots. You know, I'm not going to put 1 seed per pot, because to me that's just a waste of compost. You could be waiting for that 1 seed to come up and it doesn't, you know. So I plant a few together, and then what I'll do, I will separate them when they do germinate. Now keep these in a warm place when you've done. So I'll show you how I've got my seeds sprinkled in there. Just pat them down a little bit, and then light covering of, actually I also got this, my son sent with the little gardening tool set there, and it's really handy. I can literally just water those in, so it gives a nice fine sort of like sprinkling of water. So there, and then a little bit of compost on top. So that's the lemon drop chili. They're done. And what have I got? The Budapest. We do the Budapest chilies. Oh, actually, no, I'll do the rocket chilies. I'm literally just going to take the seeds out of this chili and straight into the compost. I'm not going to take the seeds out and then dry them, and because the chili's been drying for over a week or so now. So I just get the compost. I'm just going to wet the compost a little bit first. It is already damp, you know, it's quite moist because I've added water to that coir compost. Got my chilli. I'm literally just going to break it and sort of sprinkle the chilies. Now, if you're not used to handling chilies, and I would recommend wearing gloves, because you might forget you've got the essence of chili on your hands and rub your eyes, or you're somewhere else. So yeah, I'm used to chilies. People say I've got asbestos hands, you know, they don't seem to burn, you know, even if I touch chili raw, my hands don't burn. However, I have to remember to wash them so that, you know, I don't rub my eye with them. That's usually a mistake that I make. But yeah, use gloves if you're not, you know, used to handling chili. So quite a few there. And I've got my label. Let's get my label. A little bit more water on top. There we are, rocket chilies. And then the little tiny Thai ones. So you can recycle these little cups out. I mean, I use these because they're a nice size, and usually I can't find plant pots this size. You know, I tend to be a bit too big or too wide. So I like the plastic cups. I also like the clear plastic cups, the big ones, for when you're potting up, so I can see what the roots are doing. So now we're going to put the little bit of water in there. And then we've got the little the tiny ones here. So I'm just going to maybe angle the camera down and you can see what I'm doing. So literally just breaking open the chili pod. And you can see these seeds. Obviously it's a tiny little chili and it's got tiny little seeds. But they're very fiery. They're not, you know, they're not sort of like mild by any stretch. So I think these chilies are called mouse dropping chilies in Thailand. I think it's called Prickney now, I'm not sure. I'll have to look that up. Maybe I'll add that in when I'm editing this video. Take out any that have fallen in the compost there. So I'm just going to spread those out a little bit. Bit of water. Oopsie daisy, drop my tools there. Okay, just pop them. And a little bit of a sprinkling on top. Now, where would you propagate these? These need to be in a warm place, preferably so it's got a constant temperature, but some people don't have propagators. You might wonder, where can you put it? I've heard people put them on top of the skybox. You know, the heat generated from that is usually sufficient, or if you've got a boiler, on top of your boiler. Or if you've got radiators, you can put them, you know, if you can balance them on top of your radiator, that's an idea as well. As I say, not everyone's got a propagator, so they do need some heat. You can cover them with cling film, which is what I will do. I'll put a little bit of cling film over the top, just to stop any sort of like fungus gnats going in there. So I've got like 3 together. I could fit another one in there. So I think what we'll do are the Budapest chilies. Yeah. So we'll get the Budapest chilies. Now, as I say, these are quite old. When did I get these? I think it was 2014, possibly 2014 or 2013. I'm not sure. No, I think between 2014 or 15, definitely. So they are a few years old. So fingers crossed, hope they do germinate. They're a nice sort of chili. I'll see if I can find a picture of them. They have a nice heat as well. They're not too mild, not too hot, just kind of right, really. So Budapest chilies. So it's important when you are storing chilies that you keep them fairly sort of like in a cool place, not too not near heat source, but dry, you know, not damp areas. There we go. Water those in. Got the label ready. You could add the date on your label. I'm not going to really bother. I say you could add a little bit of cling film over the top. So I've got 4 in there. And then what I'll do is I'll just pop these on top of my radiator. Just angle the camera so I can pop it over there on my radiator. Just balance it on top. And the heat from there should kickstart them into germinating. Okay, so far we've got the 4 done, and I've just got some Naga, got the Burmese Naga and the butts. Oops, a daisy. Actually, those butts, those you can see, they don't look too clever, to be honest with you. I think I will give those a miss, and I will just go for these. I've got lots of these chilies, so I'm going to get some of those in. They are a Naga butt. Butt is the word, butt means ghost. Butt jalokia is the name that they use, and they are very, very similar to the Naga, but I think they're part of the same family, but they are longer, so they're a lot more tapered, whereas the actual Bangladeshi Naga is about this big, and it's sort of a triangular wedge shape. These butt Nagas, they're quite long. They all have that sort of not pyramid, like triangular shape to them, but these tend to be longer and more wrinkly. So I'm going to put some of these in. I've already got quite a few growing anyway, but I thought I'll just, for the sake of it. As I say, I'm not individually potting them up. I know some people put 1 chilli per, you know, per pot, but the risk is that you will lose a percentage of your chilli seedlings. You know, you're not going to get every single one to survive. So, you know, maybe half of these will well, they might all come up, but then half of them might die off, because seeds of all types are prone to a thing called damping off disease. And there's another one, I think it's called verticulum wilt. So the seedlings pop up, they look fairly healthy, and then one day you'll find that they've all collapsed, or some of them have collapsed, and you just pull those ones out. So yeah, don't be shocked if you find, you know, you lose few chilies. That's why I always plant a few, and then I thin out the weedy ones, the ones that don't look too healthy, and just keep the ones that you know, are healthy looking. So these are, I'll label these as Naga butts. labels done. Naga butt. There we go. Right, so I think I've got enough chilies for going on there. I've still got the these that I need to repot, so I'm going to be repotting these. I won't do those today on the video, it'll just make it too long. So if you've got any questions about growing chilies, or you've first time growing them, you want some advice, you're welcome to put a comment in the comments below and ask me any questions regarding chilies or any other kind of plants that you're growing. Hope I'll be able to help you answer any queries you've got. So thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe if you haven't already. Take care everyone. Thank you very much. Bye bye.